Me and Nico Shakur see things almost exactly the same way. And it's very interesting. We have our differences, but we mostly see it the same way. And absolutely, the system is never going to let us come together. Um, and that's what that is. And I accept that. You understand me? Maybe one day we'll be locked up together or something. Other than that, they're not going to let it happen. But I wanted you to hear this clip from the 2016 Monster Cody interview with the Israelites.
Nation, a mighty grouping of people, man, it begins with cleaning house.
That's right.
It begins with getting rid of the sickness, man. The sickness is not just them against us, it's us against us. Remember, Chris Rock had that thing, man, the niggas and the blacks, it's the Civil War. It's the same thing, man. It's the New Africans and it's these blacks. I'm telling you, man, the blacks, and I hate to sound like this, but they made a deal with the system, man. They go in a different way.
You hear that? That's what I'm talking about. There's blacks that made a deal with the system, man. It's exactly what it is. I'm trying to tell you. It's worse than you think it is. It's more people than you think it is. In this clip, he talks about his little brother, his family making a deal with the system. And my family did the same thing. And it's like you hate to say it, but you've got to say it. You've got to be selfless and be for the cause and have a higher cause.
And they different ways and more ways, man, run counter to the structure, man. And so my little brother thought he can get away with that, and I never would come to y'all and say, man, help me handle this personally. And this is a personal situation. This is a community issue. This man is an informant. He's not a snitch. He didn't do it one time. He's an informant. He informs about our activity.
And that's what I'm saying about the gang stalkers. It's like, look, there's a difference between a collaborator or an informant and a snitch. And you got to understand that. And, it doesn't bring me any pleasure because I know there's a lot of pressure for people to snitch. But, it's what it is now. It's one thing to make a mistake and you redeem yourself. But when you keep doing it, my best friends and some people in my family, how can I turn around and say, well, it's all good? It would be selfish for me to do that. So the least I can do is separate myself from you people. That's why I don't celebrate my birthdays with you people. I might eat a dinner or something, but I'm not really hanging out with them. It's like I still got love for them, but they're with the enemy. And you have no idea how painful it is. And the people you grew up with, the people that you got love for, that you would have died for, I would have willingly died without hesitation. And now they're on the side with the fucking beast. And there's so many reasons, that someone like me, and I'm not saying I'm going to do this, should take it out on the beast in a very violent, very direct, and effective manner. So much that they've done to me. And these sniveling rich people, and then these women side with them and they have sex with them. They're doing the wrong thing. They're going the wrong way. It's like you might love people and you might love all races, but when they're doing the wrong thing in a demonic, Babylonian way, what are you supposed to do? What can you do? They're now the enemy. I'm not saying I'm going to fucking kill them. I'm almost certainly not. But you got to have that understanding. And you got to accept it. That this is what it is now. However it was before, that shit's over with. This is how it is now. And then all these people, they have something to say about it. You're damn right. I emphasize that I'm the top martial artist. It's not just for me. It's for every good person in the world, every uncontrolled revolutionary trying to make the world a better place. Yes, I've said some harsh things. Yes, I'm fed up to the point where right now I'm not even going to talk to any other race. Because I'm so sick of how black people get done. I'm so sick of people playing stupid. I'm so sick of all the traitors. I'm sick of it all. This shit cost me my family, my love life. And I've lost family during the course. I have all the problems that everyone else has. And then what this cost me. So why would I ever turn around and say, well, I'm not the best when I know that I am? Why would I ever play stupid about that? Why would I ever, betray God? Even if it didn't cost me these things, why would I? And now that it has, and the best years of my life are gone, there is no turning back. These people killed so many people. You know? And when you real, true, righteous, you know, and brave, you got to do something about it. Every day I get closer to having nobody and nothing. Every moment of every day. Closer to that, and the only thing that's going to save me from it is a violent end. Because there is no love for people like me. There is no support network. There is no help. That's why these cowards in mental health talk about support networks. Because they know if you're a real revolutionary, you don't have one. And they say, well, you need one. You need one. So they want you to conform so you can create one. Everything they do is to get you to conform. There's another thing he said that you already know I agree with. That when the system goes right, you got to go left. These are the enemies of God. They don't do anything right. Everything they do is wrong. Everything they're building is wrong. It's God's plan in reverse. They are fucking scum. Brokenhearted, betrayed, gang-stalked, fumed, drugged, backstabbed, blacklisted, blackballed, sabotaged. Did I say that already? I mean, I'm fucking drugged and shit. You know? And all I can think about is innocent people suffering like the people in the picture on my wall the artist was portraying. Little kids holding their dead little brothers. Starving children. Misery. Suffering. You know? I can't try hard enough. There is no such thing as suffering too much. Some people are suffering right now to death. War zones. Underdeveloped nations. And the New World Order's answer is nonsense. They're fucking scum. I promise you all I will fight them to the finish. You couldn't possibly understand how much I hate these motherfuckers. It cost me my son. Their philosophies. Their eugenics. It cost me my fucking son. And yes, I played a part only because I listened to those demons about the deeper implications of being labeled mentally ill. This is where your son is going to be treated the same way. He's going to be sexually abused in our institutions. We're going to fucking condition him. And we're probably going to take him away from you. So we can intensify the conditioning. Because we're fucking scum. Because we're satanic dogs. Because we are godless trash that mean you harm. And your bloodline. So people can respect us and our bloodline. And we can tell you and your bloodline what to do until the end of time. Satanic scum. That's why I'm fighting for honor. And I will never stop. To my son, I am sorry that this world is the way it is, and perhaps I spared you a lot of suffering, but that is no excuse. That was my excuse at the time, but that is no excuse. We need more black people in this world to stand with us. We need more uncontrolled revolutionaries. We need them to be raised correctly. In the African tradition, in African martial art traditions of fighting for honor, these lowly dogs, these blasphemous heathens cost me my son. They turned my family against me. And they have destroyed some people in my family and others spiritually. There comes a point in every great warrior's life when it is time to fucking kill. Like the Old Testament says, and I'll put the scripture in the comments, a time to kill. What the eugenicists are doing to me is 1,000,000 times worse than what the KKK types did to Samuel L. Jackson in the movie A Time to Kill, to put things into perspective for those of you who learn from movies. And those of you who can learn from the morals and the philosophical points being made in movies. These are the scoundrels. These are the enemies of righteousness. Even if you do not believe in God, you must concede that these people are the enemies of everything that is dignified, just, righteous, virtuous, and correct. These are the enemies. And there is no words for how much I wish I could kill them right now. The female I was talking to became a good friend of mine. I'm no longer going to talk to her. Because I'm mad at women, first and foremost. But secondly, because she thinks that somebody who goes through the motions of killing these people to make himself feel better is sick and should be locked up and have the key thrown away. Now, I'm not saying if I do or don't. But in this instance, I disagree. I think that when you are a great warrior, you go through the motions of killing these people. And yes, it does bring you relief to know that you can kill these people effectively when the time comes. You can blow them away. You can shoot at them until they fucking go into a predictable position and blow them up with pre-planted bombs. You can use area denial weapons to get the rats out of the nest, out of the hole, and light them up. Can decapitate them, hit them with axes and blunt objects. Meat cleaver the motherfuckers. Spray them with projectiles. These people are the enemies of all good men. And I probably would be pushing the line, of unity if all these other races hadn't betrayed me so much to the point where I cannot honestly identify a single person from any other race that I can honestly say is on my side or truly against the New World Order. From my point of view, everyone I've come across is far more likely to be on their side than mine. Now put yourself in my shoes. Would you then turn around and say, well, let's be friends? Or would you fucking hate them? These people are siding with the people who killed your son in a roundabout manner. Would you want to be their friends? These women are sleeping with the dogs who fucking murdered your son. Would you not want to tell them about themselves? My goodness. I'm going to leave it there because they're going to start complaining about the noise. And they're going to act like, oh, he hasn't taken his medicine. How many of you can imagine blaming the son, blaming the New World Order for killing your son and all these horrible things they're doing to you? And having people say it's because you're mentally ill, not because of all the shit they've done to you in your life. Denying you your rightful position, which would have allowed you to rally the people against them. And they know that. They know I'm not going to sit there, taking compliments and massaging my ego. I would use my position to rally the revolution against them. Create a truly powerful, uncontrolled revolution against them. You think I wouldn't? Everything I have goes to an uncontrolled revolution against them. Even my college degree. Did I go and try to kiss corporations' asses so I can get 6 figures? Or did I get oppressed by godless scum for doing the right thing? These are the villains. And I'd like to leave you with this thought. There's a difference between godless people, godless good people, and godless scum. And yes, I do make that distinction. If you're not a Christian, it doesn't automatically, just because you're not a Christian doesn't mean I don't think that you're on my side automatically. The main philosophies involved here are eugenics, Satanism, criminality, sadism, etc. Greed, selfishness. These are the main philosophies of the enemy. The LGBT, the feminists, all this stuff, these are just kind of philosophies. These are the forms that these philosophies take place. But when you really look at the essence of what they are, that's what they are. They are shallow, they are selfish, they are conformist, they are cowardly, they are materialistic, they are evil liars. This is the war. This is what it is. And even some feminists have the opportunity to do the right thing. Even some gays have the opportunity to do the right thing. It's very hard for those spiritual bottom feeders, as I call them, to step on the right side of the war. Because from their perspective, the New World Order is doing things in a way that helps them in a very dramatic way by plotting to bring in their philosophies into the future. Center stage. The famous people are Satanists and feminists and criminals and gays and atheists and, and eugenicists. Mental health scum. So it's very hard for them to then turn around and say, you know what? I'm going to help you destroy these people and bring my movement back to square one. That's why I don't see them doing that anytime soon. Gosh, man, if you people could only understand, if you could only feel even just a fraction of the desire to kill them that I feel. And I'm not saying I'm going to kill them. I'm not going to kill them today. If you could only feel just a bit of my passion, my desire to war with these dogs, we would overthrow them in a matter of minutes. It would be over.